In this video, we will create a very simple generic inquiry screen in Acumatica. Then at the end of the video, we will enable this generic inquiry screen for OData. Then next week, we will start with Microsoft Excel, and we will securely connect back to Acumatica using this OData connection. I'm going to use a publicly available website. That way you can do these same exact steps if you want and follow along. Just go out to tryacumatica.com and then log in with admin for the user and 123 for the password. Sign in and it will take you to the Acumatica desktop. Then we want the generic inquiry screen, which is at System, Customization, Generic Inquiry, and I will create a new one and I'll just call it Test Customer. And what I want to do is just a simple list of customers with their ID, their name, their city, their state, and their country. And since it's customers, I'll go ahead and put it in the Finance Accounts Receivable area, and let's put it in the Explore folder. Now I need to tell it which tables my data is coming from. And there's a trick you can do. You can go to any screen in Acumatica. We'll go to the customer screen, and you can hold down Control Alt on your keyboard, and you'll notice this question mark appear next to your mouse icon. Now when I move over a field, you'll see it highlight, and all I have to do is click on it, and it will tell me the table or the data class that the field is coming from. So I want customer because I want the ID and the name. And then I want this city, state, and country down here. So I'll do Control Alt again, click on city, and we'll see these are coming from the address table. So my two tables are customer and address, and I can add them here. And there's address. Alright. Now in the Relations tab, I have to join my tables together. And I'll do an inner join because I don't want the data unless it actually has an address record. But now I need to tell it what columns to join. And if we look back on the customer screen, we'll notice that there's a main address, there is a bill to address, and there is a shipping address. And so on the customer table, we'll see three different address IDs. Address ID, bill, SO. So I want the main one, which should be this one right here. And then in the address table, it's just address ID. Alright, and I'll skip parameters, conditions, grouping, and sort order. We'll go right to results grid and pick what fields we want to display. Same thing, I can use Control Alt. And the first field I want is customer ACCT CD, and the next one I want is customer and ACCT name. So we'll pick the customer table. ACCT CD. Oh, it fills in customer for me, which is nice. There's the name. And now let's go back on our address fields. This one's just called city. Country ID in the address table. And state in the address table. Pretty self-explanatory field names, but it's nice to double check on the actual screen just to make sure I'm getting the right one. And I want city, state, and country, so I'll move this field up using the up arrow. Oops. Looks like I lost it there. Let me save that. And then actually I don't want the Oh, it disappeared. Let's add it back here. I actually don't want the ID. I want the full country name, so I'm going to use this one instead. Okay. Now I could change any of the descriptions on the fields if I wanted to using the caption column. And if the caption column is not showing for you, you can click this icon and you should see it in this available columns list. Just add it to the grid. And that should do it. Now I can, I've already saved it, pick my tables, join them together, pick the fields I want to display. Now I just click this View Inquiry button, and this will take me right to my inquiry. Customer ID, name, state, city, country. It's exactly what I wanted. So this is nice. This has been in Acumatica for a while now, but the new feature in 5.1 is that I can come back now to this generic inquiry that we just set up, and there's one new feature, which is this box right here. I just check this, and now all of a sudden that inquiry screen is not only available in Acumatica, it's now exposed securely via OData. And next week we can take a look at how to start in Microsoft Excel and connect directly to this data in Acumatica.